Credit? Credit? Why is credit important? We're going to dive deep today in the understanding of credit and why it's important to you and why it's also important to me and your future. Who's ready? Hello, what's going on, Holyfield Helpers? I'm Mr. I Can Help You, and I'm all about helping you. It doesn't matter whether it's credit, finances, family, you name it. I can help. And today, we're going to break it down. Understanding your credit, what is credit, what affects your credit score, what's considered a good score, and much, much more. I hope you're ready. Don't know where to start learning about credit? I can help. You know credit is important, but how do you start learning to build credit? There's a huge chance you didn't learn much about credit in high school, or probably not even what to look for in a credit card. Lack of financial education could be one of the causes that many young adults fall into debt quickly. Knowledge is power, so let's jump right into it. What is credit? Credit is simply the act of borrowing money that you need to pay back later. Yeah, you have a credit score. What is a credit score? Your credit score is a 3-digit number that rates your trustworthiness as a borrower. The higher the number, the more likely lenders are to trust you to borrow money from them. This also affects how much money lenders are willing to lend you. Now, credit scores range from 300 to 850. What affects your credit score? Things like how much money you owe, amount of debt, if you make your payments on time, and the types of debt you have affect your credit score. Now, your credit score is broken down like this. 35% of it is based on your payment history. 30% is based on current debts. 15% is determined by the length of credit history, and 10% is allotted to new credit or applications or account inquiries, and 10% is allotted to the current credit. Now, if you add all of these up and you get anything less than 100, you may need to do a credit evaluation with me. Now, what is considered a good score, and how do I find out my score? Here's a scale for determining how good your FICO score is from very bad to excellent. Can you see that? Right there. Are you here or are you there? Top 3 things that positively and negatively affect your credit score. Positive first, pay your bills on time. I can't stress enough how important it is to your credit score. My grandmother taught me to always pay my bills on time, and I've executed it to perfection. Definitely a big help in staying in an excellent credit score range. Minimize the amount of debt types you have. Don't open more credit cards than you need. Minimize the amount of loans that you take out. Keep your balances, the amount you owe, low. Pay back most of all your balances each month. Negative, missing payments or late payments. This is the single worst thing you can do in your credit score. Accumulating large balances, if your balance or your debt is high, lenders are much less likely to trust you to pay them back. Now, closing old credit cards, we talked earlier about the length of credit history that has a large effect on your score. Closing old cards will make your history seem shorter and negatively affect your score. It will also increase your credit utilization, but we're not going to dive into that deep right now. All right? What is your score used for? Well, if a credit score is a measure of your trustworthiness when it comes to money, who is going to want to know that? Well, the people that trust you with the money, right? I mean, duh. So the obvious ones would be people who are directly asking to lend you money, such as credit card companies, banks, applying for a loan. But who else might want to know they can trust you to pay them? Landlords, utility companies, insurance companies, cell phone companies, you name it. It's time to talk about credit cards. Let's just say you're new to this and a beginner. I assume you don't have a credit card yet, or maybe you do. There's so many credit cards out there that it can be really intimidating to try to decide which ones are good and which ones are bad. Now, which ones are good for beginners or students or just one that fits your lifestyle? Let's first talk about some basics, and then I'll tell you what to look for when you're searching for your first credit card. What are the rules? When you're applying for a credit card, you need to go into it with the right mindset. Now, credit cards are for building credit. This money is not yours. Do not use it to replace the money that you don't have. You need to pay all this money back at the end of the month. Now, many people use cards because they don't have enough money in their bank account. If you use credit cards like this, you will fall into debt. You have the chance right now to prevent these huge problems that almost half of Americans are currently struggling with. What to look for when applying for a new credit card? The first thing is APR. It's annual percentage rate. In other words, it's the amount of interest that you're going to pay on the amount of money that you borrow. Now, note to self, the APR interest rates are the same when it comes to credit cards, but are not the same when we're talking about the types of loans. So when you're first starting out, look for a credit card with the lowest APR rate. Next is going to be annual fees. Again, as a beginner, I recommend that you start with no annual fee. Now, cards with annual fees typically offer higher benefits that go with the card, but don't worry about that right now. But later, when you become a more experienced borrower, then you can look at cards that have annual fees. Now, next, rewards and bonuses. Be careful about this sometimes because these rewards and bonuses may look very enticing. Take a second look and think about the company or why the company is offering them so that their customers probably to spend more money. With that being said, these can be used to your advantage if you are responsible. For example, Discover has a card that offers 5% cash back on rotating quarterly categories such as like groceries, gas, and Amazon, and unlimited 1% cash back on all other purchases. Now, this type of deal is a great one that doesn't really encourage you to spend a lot of money at once. Now, another good example of some credit card offers, bonuses, would be like $500 spending within the first few months. If you do so, you're earning a $150 bonus. Now, this type of card encourages you to spend more money. So don't just spend money just so you can earn a bonus. If you think you'll spend $500 anyway, then definitely go for it. But if not, probably just wasted at least $150 just to get your $150 bonus. Does that make sense? What's the best credit card for you? Everyone has needs when it comes to credit card. Here's some things that you should consider when applying for your first credit card. Are you a student? Many credit card companies offer cards specifically for students. These are great because they're based on the assumption that this is your first credit card. Therefore, they simplify things a lot by offering no annual fee, first time late payment forgiveness, super low APR rates, and even good grade rewards. Do you travel a lot? Look into cards that reward you with airline miles or even hotel points. I travel a lot myself, and it definitely helps me save so much money for using my card to pay for things that I would already have bought in the first place. All right? Is it a business credit card? Choose a card that offers additional cash back on office supplies, cable, internet, phone services, you name it. The things you would spend money on for business. Hope this helps. That's it for today, helpers. Thank you for tuning in. And always remember, Holyfield can help you. Make sure you subscribe for help and always remember to help others. Thank you.